sort of we try to enact some of these things. I think this is a picture. If I might be permitted to talk about this.
Definitely.
This is a family. Really, if you look at it, there is a grandmother, a father, 2 kids. I'd like to draw your attention to what is in the background as well. There is a hut there, and also there is a half-built house. And then, if you look carefully at that half-built house, the mortar has been exposed for a long time. So since the mother died, nothing else has happened here. So when a mother dies, now in this family, the mother had died of a hemorrhage. This is a real situation. It's not an enactment. It's a real family. One of my colleagues was traveling somewhere and he saw this family. She had a gut feeling about this, and then she went and talked and found out that this was actually a family where the mother had died, and probably that house will never get built, because they have nothing else to do other than to look after the children.
And so we say 3 words as well.
Yeah,
the picture itself.
1,000 words.
Exactly.
Our surveys show that those kids probably will be taken up for adoption by well-meaning people, but in the end they end up doing menial jobs, and those kids might be going to 2 different places. And these stories, really, you can cry when you hear the stories in these investigations. Those kids are taken to 2 different places. Probably they'll never meet again. So this is why, I think this is why, although some people might say, okay, your rate is very low and why should we worry about it? But I think one of the reasons is those kids that they leave behind. We have to save the mothers for them. That's why I think a lot of the cricketers were coming forward when we told these stories. And they said, okay, we must come forward.
Doctor, you said a story about that when a mother goes something like this. 3 generations, you said story like
yes.
that.
I think the 3 generations are affected when a mother dies. You could see that grandmother, she's looking after the children. Very often the father can't do his job because he can't reach his potential. That's why that house is not built. And the children, 3 generations are affected.
Ramesh, you briefly touched on the fact that you got so much of love and support from your mother back in the days, and everyone knows who you are right now. Back in the 1996 World Cup, you were part of the winning world squad for Sri Lanka. That brought us so much of glory, and especially we as young cricket fans out there. So the entire act, the entire event, when taking into consideration and working with this team in the future, your genuine thoughts and concerns.
Banuk, actually, as I told you earlier, this will definitely be have to be a success, because in other part of the world this is something very normal which is happening. We are just starting, because mother's love for is the biggest thing what any child could go through. So we have to help at any cost. So that's why we are working, and we want everyone's supporting for that. That's it.
Alright, this is your opportunity to tell the audience what they could do in return.
I think this is the time
Come for the show.
Yeah, come for the show and be a part of it and help the cause, because it's a very good cause.
Well, you heard it from the man himself.
Ramesh Kalvitharana, thank you so much for being with us on the show, sir. Now, we'll be back in the next segment as well with another very, very famous designer here in Sri Lanka who's also a part of the show. I'm excited to have him on the studio as well. But we'll be back speaking to the professor as well as other designers about this great cause, going for zero maternal deaths here in Sri Lanka, a great goal, and you can be a part of it as well. Just buy a ticket and be a part of a great show. We'll be back after the break, but do stay with us here on Good Morning Sri Lanka. Good morning, Sri Lanka. Welcome back to the show. You're here with Banu and I, and we were speaking earlier to Professor Hemantha Senanayake, who is the president of the Sri Lanka College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, and we had with us Ramesh Kalvitharana as well on the show earlier, Sri Lankan cricketing legend, and he is on board to support a very good cause to build up a training and simulation center here in Sri Lanka, so that the amount of maternal deaths can become zero in the near future, and that's the plan that the college has, and the event that goes with that particular plan is called Going for Zero. Now it's a very great event. It's a fashion show where the 18 Sri Lankan players will be doubling as models as well. And we spoke to Ramesh earlier, and we also have some really great designers who will be showcased at the show. And right now with us on the show we have Michael Vijayasuriya, who is, of course, there's no need to introduce him. Everyone knows him as a really great designer here in Sri Lanka. He's made his mark and he's with us on the show this morning. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning.
Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How's the morning been so far for you?
So far so good.
So far so good.
Do your creative juices normally flow in the
Generally,
morning?
I was a morning type of person because in the wedding industry,
Yeah.
the day starts very
You have
early
to.
for us. So
So why did
Just
you
like
want
us.
to be?
Because we host the show.
We host the
So
show, yeah.
that's a good thing.
for us, morning means like 2 a.m., 3 a.m.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Wedding
Okay.
Pre-morning.
scene, yeah.
So definitely a morning person.
Morning
then. So why did you want to be a part of this event, Going for Zero?
Just coincidence that we bumped into each other
Yes.
with a mutual friend who happened to be a cricketer,
Mhm.
and just got chatting about the whole thing. And I was really keen on him because okay, everybody talks about mother, and I just lost mom 1.5 years ago, so I thought it would be appropriate to do something in the memory of her. And to
Wow.
I actually wanted to do a show last year, but I felt it was too soon, and I was talking to doctor, and I felt it was correct. So I said to doctor, and
So it was an immediate yes.
and we got all the designers going. I called a few people. I spoke to Lo Ching Wong, who is producing and choreographing the show,
Okay.
and he came in on the whole project at
So what
once.
kind of creations can we expect?
We have about 11 or 12 designers, I think, coming
Yes.
up, and each one will do something that's unique to them.
All right.
And what I think each one has their own little niche market and all that. Lo Ching has got me to close the show, so he's looking at something glamorous and like totally a little bit over something. So that'll be good. And also, I think a lot of people ask us is like, how come what doctor's project, how it relates to. But I think fashion is something you can use at any point, even because you're dealing with women who want to be there, want to be part of everything generally. And even with ticket sales, what I was saying was the doctor was like, if somebody wanted to be there, they really need to buy a ticket because they wanted to be there, or else to donate to the cause. Don't buy a ticket just because you wanted to buy a ticket.
And on that note, I think I should remind our audience how they can donate to the cause, even if they are unable to make it day after tomorrow or this weekend for the show. And how you can do that is you can write a check and contribute by depositing at the Save the Mothers Fund, which the account number is 75303 475. 75303-475. This is the Bank of Ceylon branch at Regent Street. So if you want to contribute for the Going for Zero cause in any way, then you can make your contributions there. And or you can of course buy a ticket and be there to see the spectacular show.
And I think using the
That's
show
going to
is
be
just like a stepping stone to
Yes.
it's just the beginning of something.
Yeah,
good,
we must emphasize that.
That is, the
Yes.
show is not all about,
Yeah.
the show is done, we make a bit of money. No, it's just a stepping stone so that doctor sees his dream reality. So we are just assisting doctor in getting the thing off the ground.
How's the partnership going so far?
Very well. I think Manu, I'm amazed at the response we are getting. The designers, they are coming in. I mean, they were so willing. The cricketers, I mean, I don't think we've had 18 cricketers walking a ramp. I don't know
We
whether it's
have
happened.
18 unhappy guys because of that, because the normal guys who model are not in the show. So we have a lot of questions being asked now, how come we're left out? But we've got 24 girls modeling also
Yes.
in the show, so it'll be good.
So it's. I must also say, the response has been overwhelming, and we've hardly had any no's really, and we've had a principal sponsor stepping in for this project as well, and that's Jet Holdings, and they are sponsoring our fashion show, and we are calling it the Jet Spring Summer 2014 fashion. In fact, it's pledging to donate 10 rupees from every litre of the paints that they are selling in the future until this project is over. So we have a lot of help, but also everybody that we went asking requesting for a donation more or less has given us something. I'm very surprised, and I'm touched, I'm humbled by the response we've been getting.
And I'm sure that it is really a great cause, because when I look at some of the names of the designers who are going to be a part of the show as well, there's Fawzul Hamid, there's Ramani Fernando, there's Ruchira Karunaratne. So all of these designers, and this is just a few of them.
And I think it's been a long time since so many designers have got together.
Exactly.
So it's
do
like
a
a
show.
reunion
Yeah.
on this particular day.
On the
Because
ramp.
generally it is, like some project where it's, to make funds, money for something, or somebody sponsors, it's just a fashion show.
So
But
was it
here-
very easy to get everyone united on this? I know it was, but how was that process for you?
It was, just a call, just one
Is it?
telephone call. The few who are not in the show are not there, they're just not there because they had other, commitments that they had not been around or something like that. But everybody else just came in, just a matter of one phone call, and we have just coordinated and.
So now are the collections ready and all the pieces that are going to be
Almost.
showcased? Almost, okay.
Maybe the
There's
final
no need to
touch.
rush
Yeah.
designers.
That's
Last cherry on top of the cake.
That's a byword in the designers, I think. It's almost ready.
It's almost ready. We do have a couple of days remaining for the show, so I think those days will be the ones you need to really
Yeah.
pull off everything. But I'm sure it'll be a success, going by the fact that this is something great, as Amaya, you pointed out, because we're going for something amazing in the future. And as Ramesh pointed out as well, having that relationship, especially with your mother from those days, kind of seals the deal.
So we're trying to make sure that each child doesn't lose their mother
Yes.
at the
Absolutely.
beginning of their life. And that's a great goal to go for. And I'm sure all our viewers as well are very interested in taking part. So where can they get the tickets if they are interested in? We'll remind them again.
Yes, Ramani Fernando salons, the Jet Holdings, their offices, Herman Miller showrooms.
Is there an email address that they can contact you directly for more details or information?
Yes, the email address is slcogoffice@gmail.com. The Sri Lanka College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists office, they can call. It's we have a 2689036 is the number.
If you could just repeat it for the record, Professor, the number.
It's 2689036 is our number.
All right. So for any queries, they always
Yes.
can.
And I think if you contact any of the designers also,
Yes.
because
Yes.
I see. Okay.
society can get it from. We've been
Yes.
giving quite a few tickets out.
So this is the inaugural season that you all are doing something
Yes.
like this. So are there any plans of doing next year as well right now?
Yes, I think it's been so successful and so much. There's been so much enthusiasm. I think why not?
A lot has happened in just a short period of time. I mean, it must be about a month since we've been meeting.
I think it's less than a month.
and we've been
Michael.
just
Really?
meeting.
Really, it's
Because
So,
the
I mean,
doctor
for
asked me,
show of this magnitude,
are you
it's-
sure you
Yes.
can get this going by the 21st? I said, yeah, I mean, let's go for it,
That's the commitment
And
that
then with
everyone-
December being really busy for all the designers.
Out of all genuine reasons, why do you think this has been such an easy task for you to get everyone together? I know it is for a very good cause, but why do you genuinely think that this has been such a success during such a short period of time?
Mother.
Nailed it
Sums it up
again.
in one word. Definitely.
One word.
Yes.
Definitely. But what are the
Everybody is, at some point in life, I mean, more than that, you find people like you were saying, is mama's boy type of thing.
Yeah.
People sometimes look down on you when you tend to, at this stage of your life, cling to mom and everything is mother and all that. But I
Did
don't
your
think
mother
so,
play a big role in your life
I
as
mean,
well,
I'm
even when
sitting
you
here today
started off?
because of, I owe everything to,
Wow.
so it's like that, so you owe something back. And if you can start off with something like this, make another child's life as good as yours has been, why not?
Definitely. So what are the activities? Is it going to be the training and simulation center straight away that's going to be kicked off after the conclusion
Yes,
of the simulator, Professor?
we've got the property and we have a building and we have provision for extension, so that's the thing. That's what we are going to start off with. And we think the whole thing will take about 2 years
Okay.
to do.
And I think through the fashion should be awareness actually.
Yes.
Definitely.
Using this because you're going into society, there's so many people who can afford to donate and be a part of it. So just reaching out to them. So we're using the fashion show as like a